Good morning, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Will DuPree here in the KXAN Live studio. If you're just waking up, we are still tracking Hurricane Laura after the storm made landfall in Louisiana overnight as a Category 4 storm. Our meteorologist David Yeomans has been tracking this storm all morning and all evening, and he is joining us right now in the town of Vinton, Louisiana. David, thank you so much for being here. From where you're standing right now, it looks like you're at a shopping center. Tell us what you're seeing out there.
Yeah, Will, nice to talk to you. We are outside of our hotel, and as dawn breaks out here, we're getting a much better idea of what all the noises and crashes and bangs we were hearing overnight at the height of the storm actually were. Let me show you here what we're standing next to. This is a security camera. Look at this. This was mounted around the casino, which was next to the hotel. This is some siding. Looks like it may have actually a little bit of mold on it. We'll have to be careful here. And look at this gutter. This is completely wrapped around this pylon here in the parking lot, part of it even flattened. This is a good indication of some of the walls and some of the roofs of the structures around us being actually completely destroyed. And let me show you over here. This is the strip mall next to us with several different businesses. Let's take a walk and see exactly what we're seeing here in the parking lot. Down here on the ground, here are more chunks of what looks like foam insulation. Here's a big block of foam. Here's a sign about daiquiris. Look at this. It looks like the windows are still intact here on what looks like a pool hall. And, you know, there's just insulation everywhere. This is that spray foam. It looks like kind of the cotton candy stuff. Look at this, guys. This is a like a pergola roof of some sort. I wonder where that came from.
This was the very first thing we saw.
Oh, that was the first thing. That's right. Okay, that was the first thing that came crashing down even before the storm really hit its peak. Here's some tin roofing. We'll have to be careful. This is flapping in the breeze here. More pieces of gutter. And my crew has told me, I actually haven't seen this, so I'm going to see it with you guys for the first time. Alex Capriello, who's here with me reporting for KXAN, told me this subway has the most extreme damage of anything he's seen so far. And we've seen some extreme damage. First of all, look under the roof, or under the awning there. That whole thing is stripped bare. There's no more ceiling there. There's no more roof. And let's take a walk a little farther. This is more pretty significant sheet metal that's wrapped up and twisted. This, guys, is what's left of a subway. And actually, looking inside of that subway, I think I know what this other side is going to be like. Yeah, you can see all that stuff strewn around inside. That's not a good sign. And wow. Wow, look at this. The whole side of the subway has been ripped clean off. A pretty incredible perspective here. It looks like this was the side of the building that would have been exposed. Watch your foot there, Todd. This is the side of the building that would have been exposed during the second half of the storm when the wind did a 180 after Laura passed through. And you know, this is in line with Category 4 damage. We were telling you guys all day yesterday that Category 4s can severely damage or completely destroy even well-built buildings. Luckily, the building we were in has hurricane straps, which can make the building a little bit more secure. But usually you want to be in something concrete if it's Category 4 or 5, and this is a good example of why. It looks like the deck here is pretty destroyed as well, and pretty incredible that the wind is just blowing right into this Subway restaurant between Vinton, Louisiana, and Orange, Texas, on I-10 close to the Texas-Louisiana border. Let me give you a quick look over this way. There's more pretty impressive damage. Here's some flooding here. As you can see, palm trees, they always survive the storm. Palm trees are adapted for hurricanes, being from the tropics. But look at this gas station. Will, did you guys see this earlier? This is a Valero gas station, which has been, the awning at least, has been partially detached, and it's resting both where it's supposed to and also to the side on those 3 gas pumps. This thing is still just flapping in the breeze, and it really kind of makes me nervous being close to it because I know the wind isn't strong enough now to probably turn that thing over, but boy, it looks like it's very precariously mounted. Last thing I'll show you here is just past our KXAN van. Look at those power lines. This is why it's dangerous, guys, to go out right after a hurricane without thinking. You've really got to be aware of your surroundings because if the power is not out and if there are power lines in a puddle, those puddles can be electrified, and sometimes people get hurt or killed that way. Those power lines are obviously way too low to drive the van through there. We've seen some cars sneak through there. That's a bit of a risky maneuver. But Todd, let's show the sky. Look at this. Pretty incredible. One upside of this, if there is one, is that this is stronger than Harvey, but it's much faster moving than Harvey. It's moving at 15 miles per hour all night and all morning, and that means the rain where we stand here is all over with, and the winds have pretty much subsided as well. Will?
All right, David Yeomans, thanks so much for joining us in Vinton, Louisiana. We're going to let you go because you've got other reporting to do for many other stations throughout the state, so we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Will.
All right, everyone, that was meteorologist David Yeomans again in Vinton, Louisiana. That's where he and our KXAN News crew rode out the storm overnight as Hurricane Laura came on to land in Louisiana there. Now, just to recap what exactly happened there, we're going to go through it and show you all. Hurricane Laura again made landfall at 1 o'clock this morning near Cameron, Louisiana, and it unleashed fury around the Gulf Coast. This was the scene in Beaumont, Texas, as heavy wind and rain battered trees. Shortly after landfall, the power company Energy reported Lake Charles, Louisiana, and the surrounding areas had more than 60,000 customers without power, and more than 100,000 customers have now lost power across that state. In Vinton, Louisiana, where David just joined us, heavy rain poured down. Lake Charles and surrounding areas could receive up to 10 or more inches of rain, and the storm surge combined with rainfall could flood entire towns along that low-lying Gulf Coast. Additional video is coming in overnight about damage to buildings in Lake Charles, Louisiana. If you take a look here, crews captured the moment when strong winds tore off parts of the roof at the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino. There you see chunks of it flying into the air. Additionally, another hotel in that area also lost some of its roof because of the violent winds. There you see a lot of rain and then pieces of the roof flapping in the wind there. As David just joined us a few moments ago, we're seeing much more of the damage in the daylight now that the sun has risen. We will continue to provide more images and updates about what exactly is happening in Louisiana, mostly because that's where Hurricane Laura made landfall early this morning, and we've been covering it ever since. You can stay with us here at KXAN News for the latest updates. For now, we're going to take down our live stream. You can keep up with us on our website, KXAN.com, and on the KXAN News app, where we're going to share more about the damage and the assessment that will happen afterwards. Once again, I'm Will DuPree here in the KXAN Live studio. We'll see you back here another time. Please, everyone, stay safe and stay healthy.